Mark, I sent you DTE talking to Devin Scillian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is a really exciting interview, I thought, because we get all the excuses that we're so tired of. I wish to God that DTE would stop telling us the same shit over and over. Like, stop telling us how great your 4,000 linemen are. Nobody questioned them. We know they're under immense pressure because you suck. So that's not unimportant. Stop saying it's a historic ice storm, because we've heard that a million times. Stop telling us how much you're investing. Whatever it is, not enough. I mean, it's been going on. You have sucked for too long. Stop telling us about repair times and why they're so poorly estimated. Just stop telling us the grid is old. Stop all this bullshit.
Yeah, stop lying.
Yeah, honestly, isn't it time to just blow out their executives? Isn't it time for new management at DTE? Wouldn't that be the best thing you could possibly hear?
They did cut,
I can be mad at new people.
I just don't think anything will still change, though.
No, I don't either. But
if you're not going to be punished, why would you ever change the way you operate?
It's incredible that Devin asks them. He actually nails them down on how long is this going to take. And wait till you hear this.
How far?
Just
how far
play
in?
it where I sent it. Did I say how long in, or did I not?
You did not. You just sent the link.
Is it queued?
It's 12 minutes now.
I didn't queue it.
No, it didn't come across that way.
Does it not? Does it not show the queue time?
This one
just
didn't.
won't show it being in the middle. God damn it! Why is this so fucking hard?
It's not.
I thought I queued it.
Yeah, it starts right at 0.
Okay, start at go to 6 minutes or so.
He looks like he's starting to do some explaining right there.
He is. No, it's all he's doing is just excuse after excuse. Oh my God, these historical storms happen all the time.
2 weeks before this all happened, we're requesting a rate increase. You need more investment, but the timing was not lost on a lot of people. You're going to ask me for more money when my service is what it is.
Well, what the reality is that for 4 years, we have not asked for a price increase.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have.
In our delivery rates.
Because you suck.
$8 billion into the grid. And if we're going to invest another $9 billion in the grid, we're asking for.
No, I think you should make less money. That's what I think.
That, covers
you're a
that
poor
4
performer.
years without any increase, and also some future investments.
I want to get to. We've received a ton of questions for me to ask you.
Yes.
Devin does a really good job, I thought.
I spent hundreds of dollars on hotels and food, and DTE is only giving me a $35 credit. Why can't you reimburse me for the total losses? I want to ask you about the $35 credit. A lot of people found that insulting. And a lot of people were telling me it was worse than giving me nothing.
Yep.
What is $35 for?
Well, look at the $35. I would agree is not going to cover the type of
Then
expenses
give more.
that an extended outage would cause. Hotel stays, loss of food, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, not even close.
When we work with our regulator, we're trying to find a balance for how much do we reimburse for an outage versus how much do we reinvest in making the future.
Oh, that's so meaningful to the person that lost all that money. You've reinvested it for me. That's so nice. That'll help so many more people. What a bullshit answer.
Can I just say
such
this?
bullshit.
You could also reinvest all this money you're spending on advertising on radio. And not to mention, well, seriously though, come on, you could make it elsewhere.
that
It's
affects me.
fucking ridiculous. Every time I hear an ad, I'm mad at everybody. I'm mad at the station running it. I'm mad at the sales staff who made the commission off it. I'm most mad at DTE. Fuck you. I don't want to hear your ads. Spend the money you spend on this ad on more help.
But have you? Oh, you just wailed Trudy's camera.
Sorry.
It's okay. No problem.
Oh,
Did
that's
you
pretty
get?
cool.
Did you get in the mail the updated thing about the rating?
Pretty cool. I was actually be like, hey, stay off me. Get away from me.
Wait, do it again. This is better right there. There's Trudy.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Don't break this high quality equipment.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, I don't know if either of you got in the mail the big explainer about how your rates are going up in peak hours.
Yes. Yeah, that was great timing too.
Okay.
I did not see that. But
But you got it in the mail, right?
yeah, probably.
It's fucking huge, and all I can think of is, what is the printing cost on this? Why isn't that being reinvested
saved
into
a
the
lot of
grid?
money on that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know. That just really pissed me
And just
off.
so that you know, we've partnered with local agencies on supplying food resources to customers that have the least amount of
suck
resources
it.
amongst
What a
us.
hero.
Food agencies making up for your shit work? Fuck that.
As well as generally a great number of those that are in need of food
What a
resources.
talking head weasel yahoo this guy is.
One of the other questions.
Seriously.
What is being done? You've talked about this.
Is he a
little.
professional
What is being
excuse
done to
maker?
prevent
Yeah,
this?
that's why he's president of DTE.
Head into the spring, we know that's really when we're supposed to get ice storms. We have future problems ahead of us. What can we do in the short term
Pay more.
to try to make sure
Pay more.
that we don't have
Reinvest.
We just need to continue investing. This is going
I was
to be
right.
a long-term solution.
This sure is
the grid
taking a
aged
long
over many
time.
Decades. And as we tackle mile after mile of the grid and remain persistent and continue to invest, we need to invest heavily in this grid to prepare it for two things. One is the fact that worsening climate patterns are worsening. And
Yeah, for everyone, they're worsening. So why are you so much worse than everyone else?
It's the most powerful storm I've ever seen, and I've seen 3 storms.
Are fundamental in the future prosperity of Michigan. We need a reliable grid, a safe
Well, then
grid.
do it. That's up to
Yeah, I know.
you.
When we know that you suck.
Those who are very cynical about the transfer into the EV future, this is one of the things they point out, that our grid is in no way ready for that. You look at the investments that the state is making right now. Are you convinced that we can handle it?
We can handle it if we continue to make the investments that we're making in the grid. As we continue to transform
Yes.
the condition of our grid.
If the government gives us more money.
And over the next 5 years, it's going to fundamentally change in 5 years. And in 10 years, we'll have invested perhaps over $20 billion into the grid. It is a significant investment.
Are shareholders
Prepare
part of the
for
grid?
Both of these eventualities, which
Just wondering.
If they live here.
Oh, yeah.
Weather patterns as well as EV demand. We're attaching about 1,000 EVs every month to our grid.
Roger.
Governor Whitmer said this past week, we've got to make sure that we've got accountability here. She's talking about you, isn't she?
There's none.
I think she's talking about me and the entire company, and we're happy to be accountable for
The
where we
professional
make our
excuse
investments to
makers.
improve the quality of the grid. Like I said, 75% of the grid operated just fine during a historic ice storm.
75%.
At your threshold level? What is that in school? Isn't that like a C minus?
Customers that can sustain that type
In
of,
electricity, that's an F minus.
Yeah.
happy to do that.
The last question I wanted to ask then, if we are
Listen to
the
this.
fifth worst in the country at
is the best.
reliability, how long can it reasonably take for us to move up much higher where we belong?
I would say that, we've been investing heavily for the
In the
last
grid.
5 years, and over the next 5 years, I think we will climb that ladder.
so 5
to
years?
Being at least median.
Oh, to get in the middle. Wow,
And
that's
we're
great.
Going to continue to build a best-in-class grid and build a flawless grid for our customers and for the citizens of
He uses
Michigan.
grid a
They
lot.
deserve it.
Which takes how long, though?
I would say it would take a decade.
A decade.
10
Best in
years.
class.
What?
I do have actually one more question, because this is the other question that we get all the time.
10 years.
New builds
It's going to
often
take.
get the
And what if you don't do it in 10 years? Then what do we do? Go, oh, how much more time do you need?
point. As expensive as it is, doesn't it make more sense to get those power lines down and put them in the ground? As expensive as it can be, look how expensive it was to keep them in the air these past couple of weeks.
Well, it's a great question, and about a third of our system is underground now. 2/3 that was built before the 1960s is above ground, especially in the sort of residential neighborhoods. All residential neighborhoods that are built today and also commercial establishments all go underground. We are looking to see, can we bring the cost down? Because right now it's a multiple putting lines.
Can we have
underground
someone else take a crack at this?
Multiple times more than
Yeah.
putting the
Can we
lines.
just?
This
Can't
guy.
they just
To
blow
all
out?
those
Can't we
affected,
just
I
blow
want
out?
to say we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're
I
sorry.
mean, it really does amount to
No,
this,
just
doesn't
blow
it?
out the
We're
entire management of
sorry.
DTE. They have failed. They've failed for a long, long time, and they plan on continuing to fail for another 10 years to get to the middle. Oh, it's another decade or so. We could be in the middle. It's like, oh boy, you set such high goals. And you're so, I mean, you're giving yourself such a strict timeline. A decade? That's all? Come on. Are you kidding? A decade?
I don't think he thought he was saying that, but it's.
He did, though. He said,
true.
well, to get to the middle, I mean, we can do better. But
take about 10
how
years.
long would that be? A decade. A decade? That guy can't even be working in a decade. He's old.
Yeah, he'll be
He'll be
have a
fucking
nice,
gone.
with a nice retirement package.
I mean, did you feel a lot more comfortable after watching that interview?
I did not. No.
fuck no.
Like, did you see the headline today? DTE Energy cut operations to meet profits
was
months before power outages.
They did what?
Wait, what?
It's from Bridge, Michigan. It's
great.
cut operations to meet profits months before the power outage.
Oh, that's nice.
So
yeah, no, they really seem to give a shit only about their profits.
Well, they're
and that whole thing about, what do we do? Refund you for costing you hundreds of dollars, or do we put it towards reinvestment? Oh my God, if you're asking me, I don't care about all the shit I lost. Just reinvest. I'm for the greater good. What, you fucking prick? You're saying that, money for DT is more important than money for you, you asshole. You're only one person, but hey, we're the greater good. No, you're not. You're the greater bad.
The greater bad.
I mean, after losing hundreds of dollars in electrical outages 4 or 5 times, it starts to add up, DTE. I'd say put it into reinvestment. I don't need the money. Fuck you. So you decided for me is what you're saying. Well, we could have given me more than 35, but it was between you and reinvesting, and we chose reinvesting because that's money for us. Well, a great decision for me. I'm so glad there's someone on my side. What the fuck?
Who are they going to complain to? Their parents?
they did give ice out a couple of years ago. I got a bunch of ice from them.
Ice.
Expensive ice.
You know, when they had a power outage during my shoulder
Yeah.
operation.
Yeah, it shows how much they care.
They brought ice to you in the hospital?
No, I had to go get ice, like in my, my little, my orthopedic arm thing, my sling.
Oh.
And showed up and I got a bunch of sympathy ice. So
I'm not very impressed by that gesture.
I just feel like similar
Also,
to $35.
It'd be better if he answered every question with,
I don't want to hear you whining.
I would just say that before he answered. But all right, enough about DTE.